And yeah, I'm going to tell you why I don't want to be a financial advisor. My mum quite regularly asks me, Sue, what's happening to creating? It was a company that I heard about through one of my clients. It's not a listed company. And one of my clients told me that it was about their product. It was just great. They won the next big thing, I think it's called, award for the environmental side of things. And their product takes wastewater from all sorts of environments, even coal seam, all that dangerous stuff from the coal seam drilling can be turned into pure water and pure dry product that can be sold. And they could create, I'm getting off track, but I just love what they could do. They could change the coal seam industry. They could transform our country and create reservoirs for farmers to use when it hasn't rained to water their crops. I just love that idea. And anyway, so I told my mum about this particular company, and so the three of us, my mum, dad and I, all went over and we had a tour of the premises. We inspected the equipment, we learnt about how it had passed all these independent audit tests and how good it was doing. And we decided, each of us, that yes, we would invest what we could afford to lose. And you have to think that way when you're investing in something that's not listed, that's in its infant stages as a company. It's what you can afford to lose, and that's general, broad, wise investment advice. So we did that. But my mum keeps asking me, now what's happening to those shares? And they haven't been able to list. Don't ask me why. I do know that the global financial crisis hit just after they started testing it. I couldn't invest in capital anymore. So all those things can go wrong. I know what I'd like to see happen. I know what I'd really like. I think it would create so many jobs in the manufacturing area for this company if they were just found properly by coal seam gas drillers or companies. Yeah, and the other thing, just look, reporters out there, please, will you investigate something? My parents have a large property compared to down here in Melbourne, in Lightning Ridge. And the mines department have asked farmers, well, which they aren't really, they own a large property that has a lot of mining on it, but the mining department up in Lightning Ridge has asked farmers if they want to put their property forward for valuation because they have buyers for farming areas that are well mined. And the reason I'd like some reporters to investigate it is because one of the farmers told my parents over Easter this year to put their property up for valuation because they do want to move down to Melbourne, as you'll see in some of my other videos with helpful ideas. Basically to put their property up for valuation so that they can possibly sell it to the mines department, because supposedly, and this is hearsay and purely speculation on my part, and it's hearsay because I'm repeating what someone else has told us, that there's $33 million available to be spent on land. Now I can't see the government putting up that, and how's the government going to bother looking after the land after they buy it? That doesn't make sense. I'm worried that it's coal seam investment money that's potentially going into that land, and that land, even though it's heavily mined for opal mining, the soil has never been damaged because opal mining just brings up soil from 60 feet down, or less usually, and it's just washed with pure water. There's no chemicals involved in opal mining, so the soil is not damaged in any way by chemicals at this stage by opal mining. But I am concerned, and I'd love some investigators to investigate this. The local newspaper has closed down, so there's no one there checking it out. So please look at and let the public know how this is happening, why it's going to happen, and what is the future for that area. Is someone going to use it as a dumping ground? If my guess is, and it's purely a guess, if my guess is correct, personally I'd rather see they invested half that money, not in land, but in the technology that could provide them. The technology, the equipment to transform the landscape into something wonderful. Reservoirs of pure clean water for farmers so they can water their crops, and protected dry ingredients separated out. And they can separate out oil. You can easily investigate it for yourself. Please, someone send an investigative reporter to find out what you can.